Now, NATO has condemned North Korea for launching a rocket into orbit, saying it was a direct violation of 5 UN resolutions. Members of the UN Security Council will meet in New York shortly to discuss what to do next. Now, Pyongyang says it was carrying an observation satellite, but many countries say it was a test of banned missile technology. Kilmeny Ducard has more.
This is the moment that a long-range rocket was believed to have been sent by North Korea into space. North Korean television aired pictures of its leader Kim Jong-un watching the launch on Sunday morning, a move Pyongyang says was to send an observation satellite into orbit. Its state broadcaster called it a complete success and said North Korea would continue to launch satellites in the future. Its neighbor, South Korea, was quick to hit out at the operation.
North Korea ignored a warning from the international community and has committed an unacceptable provocation by launching a long-range missile after conducting its 4th nuclear test.
And now Seoul wants to work with the U.S. to deploy anti-missile technology. North Korea had notified the UN that it planned to launch a rocket, but the international community opposed it, saying it was an illegal long-range missile test.
Despite our repeated pleas to refrain, we find it absolutely unacceptable that they have launched this missile. To launch a missile after conducting a nuclear test goes clearly against the UN resolution. We will respond resolutely, coordinating closely with the international community.
The U.S., Japan, and South Korea are now calling for an emergency UN Security Council meeting, where South Korea is expected to ask for more sanctions against the country. North Korea's main ally, China, says it regrets the launch, but hopes the matter will be resolved through dialogue. Kilmeny Ducard, TRT World.
Well, Eugene Jung in Seoul has more now on how South Korea has responded.
President Park Geun-hye of South Korea called this long-range missile an unacceptable provocation and called on the UN Security Council to impose stronger sanctions on North Korea as soon as possible. Now, the US and South Korea are currently still trying to analyze whether this was a success or not. Earlier, they did report that it seems the rocket had launched an object into orbit, implying that it could have been a success, but they're still investigating the trajectory to see if this was indeed a successful launch, as North Korea claims. Now, the U.S. and South Korea have also officially started to discuss deploying a very sophisticated missile defense system on the Korean Peninsula. They said this is in order to counter the growing threats from the DPRK, which is North Korea's official name. They said also that we have an upcoming U.S. and ROK joint military drill coming up in March. And they said that this drill will have the latest technology, the latest assets, and will also be the largest in size.
Well, South Korea says it will now begin negotiations with the United States to put a missile defense system in place. Let's have a look at how it could work. Now, the system under discussion is the $800 million THAAD missile interceptor, designed to hunt and destroy incoming missiles. Now, after the radar detects heat from an enemy missile, a THAAD interceptor is fired from a truck-mounted launcher. Now, it doesn't carry a warhead of its own and works on pure kinetic energy to destroy the target. And according to its manufacturers, it has a nearly flawless success rate.